All right, just got done reading another book. This was Bat Masterson. As the title suggests, this is about legendary Wild West lawman Bat Masterson. Now, I've heard the name Bat Masterson before. Usually when, you read something about Doc Holliday or Wyatt Earp, the Wild West, Bat Masterson comes up. But I didn't know really anything about him until I read this book. And he was kind of an interesting guy. Like I said, lawman. But, he starts out running away from wherever he was from. And then he heads out west. And he gets jobs like going on buffalo hunts and whatnot. Gets into gambling. Owns a couple saloons. And then he becomes a lawman as a way to protect his businesses. That's something that came up in this book. In the Wild West movies, they always sort of portray the people who are in law enforcement as these noble figures who are there to make sure that the law is followed, when really they were just protecting the property. This book makes it no secret that's what they think about Masterson's time as a lawman. He was just there to make sure that, his businesses weren't screwed around with by various ruffians, and a position as a sheriff was something that helped him get the job done. It was just a job to him, is what the book was saying. He was pretty good at it. He'd take care of things. If he had outlaws that were causing trouble, he'd go there, whack them with the cane, bat them, which is how he got the nickname, because he would bat people with this cane he had. And yeah. Interesting stuff when he's, the lawman. Later, he gets out of that and he gets involved in prize fighting. It goes through a lot of the ups and lows of Bat Masterson's life. So it was a pretty interesting book to read and to learn about Bat Masterson. One thing, though, is I really didn't know I'd be able to finish this book, because this book is about finished. It's coming apart at the seams. And, looking up online, there's not a lot of copies of this particular biography of Bat Masterson still around. And, you got me thinking, okay, so what do I do with this book once I'm done reading it? Do I throw it away because, it's falling apart? Do I repair it with some crazy glue? Or do I go painstakingly, page by page, typing it up and recopying it? So that, the knowledge that is in this book about Bat Masterson, an historical figure, is not lost. Like there's this part where they're talking about how he's on this sort of frontier town and they're going to get attacked by the Native Americans, or Indians as they used to be called. And, they got all these defenders, and they're mentioning the names like Bermuda Carlisle, Dutch Henry, Old Man Keeler, and Frenchy, right? So if this book goes away, are we going to get another retelling of that story with someone else? Are all of those people going to be remembered? Bermuda, Dutch, Old Man Keeler. I've seen that there are other books on Bat Masterson, so he'll be remembered for a while. Like I said, historical figure, you always hear him when they're talking about, lawmen in the Old West, and, Wyatt Earp, because he was good friends with Wyatt Earp. That's probably why he's so famous. But, he's not that famous. And as the years go on, he becomes less and less famous. So these guys who are just attached to him, they're going to disappear in history. Unless, I preserve this copy. Interesting way to think of it. Okay, moving on. Let's just get another book. And it says choice, so I'm going to choose what book I'm reading next. And I'm going to choose you. Well, my attempts to fix the book went awry. I ended up gluing a lot of the pages together, so this copy of Bat Masterson by Richard O'Connor, it's toast. Sorry, Frenchy, Dutch, Old Man Keeler, and all the other defendants of the walls of Yabodi. It looks like history's going to forget you.